Alright, so now we're going to be talking about cleaning your AR-15 bolt carrier group. Okay, now you've got these things called takedown pins here. So 2 pins that connect and hold the upper receiver to the lower receiver. So you want to just push the back pin sometimes you got to give it a little push with something. Sorry. So your upper receiver is going to fold open, and then you want to go ahead and grab your charging handle, pull back on your charging handle, and your bolt carrier group comes out just like that. And charging handle too, you can remove that as well. Alright everybody, so here we go. So you got your bolt carrier group right here. Now the first step you want to take is flipping your bolt over like this, and you are going to have your firing pin retainer pin right in here. Now this is really why I like these little picks here, because you can stick it in there. There's going to be, it's got a little loop on it, but you can stick this right in there and then pluck, as you can see. I'm going to pluck this pin out. Okay, now make sure you don't lose this, because your firing pin won't stay put if you lose that. Alright, now next step is just to take your BCG and just flip it up like that. The firing pin will fall right out. Now next is to push your bolt back like this, and we're going to be removing the cam pin. Now your cam pin, you should just be able to just turn it to the side. Boop, just like that. Alright, now you can just reach in there with your fingernail and push it up and remove your cam pin. Okay, set that off to the side. Now your bolt should just come out just like that. Okay, now you can use paper towels, old t-shirts. I prefer like these shop rags. Yeah, just clean off all that carbon. Give it a good spray with some little gun cleaner here. I actually prefer to use brake cleaner on my gun parts because it does a really good job of getting off a lot of the carbon. But if you're cleaning your firearms indoors, I do not recommend spraying brake cleaner in your house. It is pretty potent. Yeah, so next step, you could just take your bolt here and just spray in there. Now what I do is I'll just take like a paper towel, these shop towels, and just twist it. You can just kind of get that in there just like that. Now you could also too, this thing on top is the gas key, so this is what where all that gas goes when the rounds go off. All that gas goes in there. Just give it a good wipe down. Alright, to put it back together, you want to take your bolt. Now what you want to be sure of is that this part right here is called your extractor. Okay, let me see if I get that camera to focus sometime this year. Alright, your extractor, it's right here. Okay, this is your extractor. You want to make sure that is pointed towards the outside. Okay, you just push it in just like that. Now when you push it back, you want to make sure that it's lined up. You can see, line it up here. And then you're going to take your cam pin and you're going to slide it in just like that. And then you're going to turn your cam pin just like this. Now when you turn your cam pin, and grab your bolt, move it forward just like this. Okay, now next, take your firing pin and then just drop it in there. Just like that. Make sure it's clipped down, it's all the way down. Next is just going to be taking your firing pin retainer pin and just going to this little recess here. You want to take your pin and just kind of slide it in there. Sometimes it can slide in all the way where it will push all the way forward, but sometimes it won't. That's why I like these, because you can kind of poke this in there and then just guide that pin into the hole. All right, now when it's together, it's going to look like this. It's going to be flush or underneath in this recess here. Okay, and that's it. She's back together, ready to go back in your gun. All right, so your upper receiver is going to have a little slot that you can find it. So when you go to stick your charging handle back in, you can kind of slide it and find that little slot, and it'll just kind of pop right in there. Okay, there you go, just like that. I just want to take your bolt, just slide your bolt right back in there, just like that. Close your upper receiver. You're gonna push that pin back in. Just do a quick little function test. You're all done.